Tiana and Tasha were inseparable, 10-year-old twin sisters with matching backpacks, matching braids, and an unshakable bond. They were flying alone for the first time, heading to visit their grandmother in Chicago for spring break. Their parents had gone over every detail: printed tickets, ID tags, snacks neatly packed, and most importantly, a direct flight. The girls were excited but nervous, clutching hands as they approached the gate. The airport was loud and unfamiliar, but everything had gone smoothly until boarding began. They stood at the gate, watching other passengers file through, waiting for their turn. The gate agent looked at them, then down at her tablet, her expression tightening. "Where are your parents?" she asked coldly. Tiana explained confidently, "We're flying as unaccompanied minors. Everything's confirmed." But the agent's tone grew sharper. "I don't think you're cleared to board." Confusion spread across their faces. Something was wrong, and they had no idea why. The line behind them grew as the gate agent tapped her screen, frowning. Passengers were ushered past while the girls stood awkwardly to the side. The woman whispered to a coworker, then turned back. "This booking looks suspicious," she said. "You two need to wait here." The twins exchanged nervous glances. They had all the paperwork. Their parents had called ahead to confirm everything. But now, they were being treated like a problem. No explanation, no kindness. 30 minutes passed, then 40. Their boarding group was long gone. Every time they asked for an update, the response was the same: "Just wait." Tasha, the quieter of the two, finally broke down in tears. Tiana pulled out the emergency phone her parents gave them and called the one number they were told to use only if something went very wrong: Dad. What the gate agent didn't know was that their father, Derek Thompson, wasn't just any dad. He was the CEO of one of the largest tech companies in the country and a major investor in the airline they were standing in front of. Within minutes, he was on the phone with the airline's regional director. Within an hour, the story was moving up the chain. And within 2 hours, flight operations for that airline hit a pause, nationwide. All because 2 little girls were treated like they didn't belong. By the time the girls were finally allowed to board a different flight, something larger had already ignited. A bystander's video of the gate confrontation had gone viral. Viewers were outraged. 2 young black girls, denied boarding despite valid documents, left humiliated and in tears. Derek Thompson didn't scream. He didn't threaten. He simply pulled strings quietly, powerfully. He ordered his company's partnership with the airline suspended. He demanded a full internal review. And he personally called a press conference where he stated, "If this can happen to my daughters, imagine the ones without connections." The airline scrambled into damage control. Staff were suspended. Apologies were issued. But the damage was done. The world had already seen what happens when power meets injustice. The incident sparked national conversation. Parents of color across the country shared stories of similar travel discrimination. Hashtags trended. Schools used the event as a case study on racial profiling. The airline announced mandatory racial bias training for all gate and flight staff. Policy for unaccompanied minors was rewritten and publicized. As for Tiana and Tasha, they made it to their grandma's house the next day, tired but stronger. They didn't just get justice. They became a symbol of how even quiet resistance, supported by truth and courage, can move mountains. Their story wasn't about revenge, it was about accountability. And in a world where injustice often flies under the radar, 2 brave little girls helped bring it back down to earth. 2 young black girls stood at the airport gate, tickets in hand, paperwork ready. But instead of boarding, they were pulled aside and told something didn't look right. No explanation, no apology, just suspicion. What happened next? A phone call that would ripple through the entire airline industry. This is the story of twin black girls denied boarding over suspicion. Their CEO, Dad, shut the airline down. Comment the name of your city if you're watching this, because this could happen anywhere.